The haunted mansion of New York still stands, a monument to its dark past. Jams never spoke of his experience again, but he couldn't shake the feeling that Zareen's curse followed him. If you ever hear whispers in the shadows, remember, some stories are better left untold.
Once, in the remote village of New York, nestled between dense forests and barren hills, there was a house everyone feared. Locals whispered stories of mysterious happenings and unexplainable deaths tied to the desolate mansion at the edge of the village. The house, with its broken windows and crumbling walls, seemed to breathe darkness. Jams, a journalist from the city, decided to explore this village after hearing about the rumors. Seeking truth behind the tales of horror, he reached Kalyampur on a cold December evening. The villagers, suspicious of outsiders, warned him to stay away from the mansion. "Why? What's inside?" Jams asked the elderly villager, Baba Qasim. "Beta as menzil mein surf maut kana sahai. Behirdio gaye ab ho chukoin," Baba Qasim replied with fear in his eyes. Ignoring the warnings, Jams rented a room at the local inn and made plans to visit the mansion the next day. That night, strange things began to unfold. Shadows danced across his room despite the absence of light. The sound of whispers echoed, though no one was around. Into the darkness. The following morning, Jams armed himself with his camera and flashlight. The villagers watched in silence as he approached the haunted mansion. The gate creaked open with an eerie sound. Inside, the air felt heavy, as if it carried the weight of countless untold secrets. The house was filled with cobwebs and decay. Yet, as Jams explored further, he noticed strange carvings on the walls. They resembled symbols from ancient folklore, depicting demons and curses. Suddenly, he felt a cold breeze, and the whispers grew louder. "Leave now," a voice hissed. But Jams, determined to uncover the truth, ventured deeper. He found a diary, covered in dust. The diary belonged to a woman named Zareen, who had lived there decades ago. The diary? The diary revealed Zareen's tragic story. She was accused of witchcraft and brutally killed by the villagers. Her final entry read, "They will pay for their sins. My spirit will not rest until justice is served." As Jams read the words, he felt a hand on his shoulder. Spinning around, he found no one there. Suddenly, the room darkened, and the door slammed shut. The whispers turned into screams. "Who is there?" Jams shouted, his voice trembling. A figure emerged from the shadows, a woman in a tattered dress with eyes that burned like embers. It was Zareen. "You should not have come here," she said in a voice that echoed with sorrow and rage. The curse. Zareen revealed the truth. The villagers had wronged her, and her curse had doomed them, and anyone who dared to enter the mansion. Jams tried to reason with her, explaining he only sought the truth. But her anger was unrelenting. "You will join them," she whispered, pointing toward the shadows. Jams saw faces, terrified faces of the villagers who had disappeared. In a desperate attempt, Jams began reciting verses from the Quran he had learned as a child. The room shook, and Zareen's screams filled the air. But instead of disappearing, she cried out, "You cannot erase the truth. Escape." Summoning every ounce of courage, Jams ran toward the door. The shadows clawed at him, and Zareen's voice echoed, "You can never leave." He burst through the door into the sunlight, collapsing on the ground. The villagers rushed to his side. Baba Qasim looked at him with a mix of fear and relief. "Did you see her?" Baba Qasim asked. Jams nodded, too shaken to speak. He decided to leave the village immediately. As he drove away, he glanced in his rear-view mirror. Zareen's silhouette stood in the mansion's doorway, watching him leave.